Hello, judges. We are Kultura Diagnostics, a company that's invested in creating innovative technologies for gluten sensitivity. Do you know anyone who has gluten sensitivity? You probably do. Meet Arya. She's one of the 40% of individuals who has gluten sensitivity. She has this complex chronic condition and is among the 90% that doesn't even know it. Arya has had these symptoms for well over 10 years, and symptoms keep getting worse. She keeps going to the hospital due to exacerbations of symptoms. She's been misdiagnosed with fibromyalgia, and she's even had an unnecessary appendectomy. After Arya was finally diagnosed with celiac disease using a blood test, she still was among the 60% that really struggled with management through a gluten-free diet and actually going to hospitals to meet with health professionals regularly. The non-specific nature of symptoms, reliance on very specific lab-based blood tests, very low awareness and understanding of these health conditions, even among health professionals, and overall poor quality of life leads to a lot of confusion. We need to do better. At Kultura Diagnostics, we empower individuals like Arya to more effectively, affordably, and conveniently manage their gluten sensitivity. We have three solutions. First, a digital wellness application, Gluten DTX, to support management of the condition through education, behavioral interventions, validated clinical programs, and a symptom and food diary. Second, we have BreathSense, a diagnostic that can help to provide at-home diagnosis and help to quantitatively monitor symptoms to help individuals reduce them until they feel just as they would before the condition actually was occurring. And then we have solution number 3, which is Gluten DX Check, a solution for individuals who are health professionals to better monitor their patients and be able to coach them towards improved health outcomes. Finally, individuals with gluten sensitivity will be able to have earlier insight and be able to better take control of their symptoms. We anticipate annual savings of up to $4,000 per year per person and 8 productive workdays per year per person as a result of reducing symptoms and helping to manage things more effectively. And of course, the quality of life improvements are going to be significant. And so we imagine Arya having a wonderful quality of life as a result of better managing her condition. There's a significant opportunity, and our market research shows that based on behavioral characteristics and demographics of interest, we have a serviceable obtainable market of 1.4 million people or $234 million, which is capturable within the next 5 years. The current approach to gluten management and diagnosis is a blood test and going to health professionals on a regular basis. This is where we really differentiate ourselves because there is no competition on the market that is able to do both. And so we see great white space, but also a blue ocean opportunity where we have to stimulate interest and demand for a solution because people don't yet know that they could possibly exist. In terms of getting access to our market, it's very important for us to raise awareness through digital strategies. We see our product line as something that is perfect for a digital marketing opportunity. And so we're going to leverage existing communities on social media, Google Ads, our website, as well as Kickstarter to build interest and awareness, and then use cost-effective strategies for pricing, as well as reimbursement to ensure adherence and long-term use of our solutions. Our technology evolves over 5 years. As we grow, we are de-risking the market, getting clinical validation, and ultimately going forward with phase 4 of our approach, which is launching a medical device and digital therapeutic version of our digital and breathalyzer solutions. Our revenues are projected to grow as we grow. And so as you can see here, we have a break-even point very early on because we accumulate users as we go through a strong digital marketing strategy. And we expect revenues to increase even more as we launch our second and third products, BreathSense and Gluten DTX Check. Now, our key approach to market entry is to de-risk as we go. And so this slide further illustrates the various beta tests and iterations of various products that we're going to be using prior to regulatory submission in 2025, 2026 to launch our full products. We have an amazing assembly of partners and collaborators already, and we're looking towards getting this onto the market as quickly as possible. And so here we have an ask of $50,000 to help us cover initial IP costs, our Kickstarter campaign, and sensor development through matching funds with IRAP and my tax program. Now, imagine if Aria actually had access to our suite of technologies at the very beginning. She'd save so much time, so much money, so much quality of her life simply by having access to something that better manages her health. We're a majority women-owned company with international expertise, and we have a strong passion to improve the quality of life for individuals with this condition. Our advisors include celiac disease experts, entrepreneurs, engineers, gastroenterologists, as well as folks who have experience in AI and the condition itself. So we have a few patient advisors involved. We're very grateful for our supporting organizations, most notably H2I and Innovation Factory, and we're looking forward to any questions that you have about our product.
Great, thank you very much, Sarah. You did a great job telling us your story. I'm sure we have lots of questions though. And we'll just go around between us in sort of a cycle, and we'll start off with Lou. So Lou, do you have any kickoff questions?
Yes, I do. Thanks, Jan. Great presentation, Sarah. Interesting platform we're developing. So I'll focus on first round of question on the app. I guess I understand it's providing a lot of educational material, help you to manage the condition. On the patient side, is there any inputting into the software, into the app, and how do you keep it, keep it quote unquote sticky to the users?
No, that's an excellent question, and thank you for asking. So there is going to be back and forth between the users and the interface. And so the interface is, of course, providing educational insights based on information that emerges. But what the patient or user is providing is information about their symptoms, information about the food choices that they make. And so that stickiness is actually created through having personalization possible as a result of a relationship being created between the application and the user themselves. And so increases in value will be much more apparent over time, which incentivizes the user to keep using it. We also look at what Amazon, well, most companies that kind of maximize their customer lifetime value and reduce their customer acquisition costs over time, what they do is they focus on value creation and kind of explaining that value to users. They focus on the visual elements. So everyone likes things that look nice, right? And they interact with well. And they also, we also look at brevity of interaction. So having short, value-filled interactions with the users is really key to making things work and stick for longer time periods. And you don't have to look any further than Amazon, Dropbox, and Duolingo as just a few examples for how that can actually be done really well.
Thank you.
Just on the app still, could you tell us what stage it's at? Do you have users already? I appreciate you're a new company, but could you tell us sort of where it's at?
So we're still at the initial stages of its development. So we have a mock-up that we've developed. However, we don't have a working prototype. This is where the initial funding would be really important for us to develop that initial mock-up because we do have a captive audience of up to 500 patients through our celiac disease specialist partner already. So Dr. Maria Pinto, she is interfacing with us through the Hamilton Health Sciences network of clinicians. She's actually the only celiac disease specialist in Ontario who's able to help us to that extent. And she has 500 patients who have celiac disease and require active management. And so she's an excellent source of people.
It's more of a sort of curious in terms of your business model. Obviously, for celiac disease, dietary management is an important piece of that. And with your app, is it possible to add a revenue stream, maybe recommending dietary food shops in your neighborhood, or partnership with these folks and review them, bringing product and share part of their profit to a patient community?
Yes, that actually is a component of our business model. So we did say under incentives, it would be based on the amount that you actually adhere to the application. You would get reductions in your monthly subscription cost, but you would also get coupons. to various foods that are gluten-free. And so it's another method of enhancing stickiness that I think would really incentivize people just based on our interactions with patients and prospective users already. Gluten-free food is expensive, and so any cost are usually welcome.
Great, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for your presentation. I know Amber's behind you as well, both of you.
Thank you.
I appreciate everything you've told us. Thanks so much.